It's Disney World Day. We are about to head off to the airport, and this will be Drew's first flight, so wish us luck. Yeah, I'm super excited, so let's go. So here we are on the plane ride, and you guys, Drew did so good. This was his first time flying. We took 2 flights, and honestly, I could not have been more shocked and surprised at how well he did. When we finally made it, it was pretty late in the evening. It was after 8 p.m., so we were exhausted, but the hotel itself was like actually really, really cute. We stayed at the Art of Animation. We got upgraded to a family suite by surprise, and here is Drew just, chilling out with his auntie. And we are making our way down the next morning to catch the shuttles. Today we are going to Disney Springs. This morning we're actually going to Disney Springs. I had Instacarted some essentials last night and it got delivered. It was super convenient. Stroller was here yesterday that we also rented from Baby Clip. Totally easy. And yeah, so today we're going to be spending the day at Disney Springs and doing some fun stuff there. To go do right now? What are we going to go do? We're going to go see the T-Rex? Wow. Are you excited? Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Disney Springs, it's basically like a super nice outdoor shopping mall. They definitely have a bunch of Disney stores and Disney related things, but for today we were most excited about our reservations at the T-Rex Cafe, because if you guys are familiar with my content and anything about my son, he is a dino loving dude. So it was a really cool themed restaurant, part of the Landry's chain. So if you guys have been to Rainforest Cafe, you know they do like a rain shower every so often. So inside this one, they do a meteor shower every so often inside. And then we just spent the day there shopping. This is inside of the Starbucks. You guys, I had so much Starbucks on this trip. I literally was running on caffeine from the beginning to end. But like I said, they have a lot of Disney themed snacks and stores. Very, very cool. We finished there kind of earlier than what we thought, so we actually decided to use the rest of the day to check out the rest of the resort we were staying at. So since it's the Art of Animation, they have several different buildings that are dedicated to several different animated movies from Disney. We were staying in the Nemo one. Here we are checking out Little Mermaid, and they also had Cars, which was awesome because Drew was a big fan. So next day was Magic Kingdom Day, and I think Magic Kingdom, if I had to choose, would be my favorite park. When we got there, we decided to catch the little show that was happening at the castle before we had some time to kill for our lunch reservations. So we did decide to catch a ride first, and we decided to do the Pirates of the Caribbean. So this was officially Drew's first ride ever, and I was a little nervous because it can be kind of dark and stuff. It's definitely not scary, but I just didn't really know how he was going to react to it, but he seemed to be really enjoying it. I'll have some footage later of him reacting to some of the other rides. So yeah, it actually went really well. Now, for our lunch reservation, we actually were able to score lunch reservations at the Cinderella Castle, which again, if you've never been there before, it is pretty hard to get a table in, which we were super lucky we were able to. So big tip, I think reservations open up 30 days before the date you're looking at. So you have to constantly be checking to see if you can lock it in, try to call, do whatever you can to get those reservations. It does come with a meet and greet with one of the princesses. Of course, it's Cinderella because it is her castle, and so we did get to do a little Cinderella meet and greet before enjoying our food, which was really good. After our lunch, we decided to hop on over to Tomorrowland, and I don't know what it is about the Wheel of Progress ride. I love it every time. I love the song, I love the concept. It just feels like you're going back in time, since it is a very old classic show that Walt displayed way back when. And then we did this Tomorrowland train, which just takes you through the Tomorrowland section of Magic Kingdom, which is really cool because you get to see different views of the park, along with the train ride that goes around throughout the whole park, which again, all these rides at Disney World are super kid friendly. I had some people ask me or say like they would love to go, but they don't like roller coasters or their kids are too little. So one thing to know about Disney World is
almost all the rides are made for little ones, and they're definitely not considered roller coaster rides. Unlike other theme parks where it's mainly roller coasters, Disney World is pretty much the opposite. It is a very small percentage of roller coasters or thrill rides, and it's more so just like sit and enjoy and just like really soak in the magic and nostalgia of Disney. And as you can tell, Drew is like taking it all in. We got to catch also the Little Mermaid ride, which was really cool. And I think it was such a joy to see his reaction to like the animatronics, and there's just literally so much for your eyes to take in. This is our third time there, me and Danny, and I still feel like every time we go, there is definitely something new to observe, to take in. And of course, they are always updating the parks, but some of this stuff has been there for quite some time, but it's still so good, and you yourself feel like a kid again. We then had dinner reservations at Be Our Guest restaurant, which is basically the Beauty and the Beast castle. It is so cool. You really do feel like you are inside the Beast castle, where they do their ballroom dance, him and Belle. Again, it is a very fine 3-course meal, and then they do have Beast come out, and it's like a little character meet and greet. So that was definitely really cool to catch. We had eaten here before in the past, but for lunch, so this time it was a little bit of a different experience for dinner. And then of course towards the end we caught the nighttime show, which here I did learn that Drew did not like fireworks. The loud noises and I think just the lights in general kind of scare him and overwhelm him. So he was with grandma while we tried to catch the ending of the Happily Ever After show. Okay, the next day is when we took our Skyliner to Epcot. The Skyliner is definitely a new cool feature. It's new to us. I know it has been up there for a little bit, but it's still, I would say, a fairly new service. A transportation service to certain resorts and certain parks. So our animation resort takes us also to the Epcot park. And it was super cool. It's like super fast, convenient, and it's kind of like a ride in itself. When we got to Epcot, we actually did the Ratatouille ride first, and then we got to do a Minnie Mouse meet and greet. Drew noticed her and was like super excited to meet her, which I was surprised because I thought he was actually going to be a little afraid, which he actually did end up getting a little chicken when it came time to actually say hi and take a picture with her. But I think, again, it was so interesting to see him like react to this character that he watches on his TV most mornings here at home, and it was a sweet thing for us as parents to witness. I'm not sure if he'll remember. See, he's gonna give her a hug, but then he kind of got a little scared. It was so cute. They also did have their flower festival or garden flower festival. I don't know the exact name of it going on. So they have all these really cool flower displays, and I personally love Epcot. Epcot is my second favorite park. I know some people either hate it or love it, but I personally love it because one, it's a little bit more for the adults. Two, you do get to like have a taste of all this cool different food from like the different countries. And I just really like how they try to incorporate different cultures into every country and really represent it. And of course, just the design of the buildings and everything is awesome. Here we got caught in the rain, which more rain will be coming up in this trip, as you will see. But yeah, this is a really cool feature at one of the stores they have where it's like the different tastes of Coca-Cola around the world. If you didn't know, Coca-Cola has several different brands throughout different countries. This is Drew trying his. He really liked his lemon flavored one, as he was calling it. And then we caught the Finding Nemo ride at the end of Epcot. Honestly, the rain kind of put a damper on our plans there at Epcot, but it was okay. Next day was Animal Kingdom. This is going to be the last Disney park that we visit. And again, just a favorite of mine and Danny's. I mean, I love to just see animals. And then this was the macaw show they always have going on at the front of the Tree of Life, which is super cool. I think Drew was also in shock to see like all these birds. And we caught the Lion King show, which is another favorite of ours. And again, Drew, that's like actually one of his favorite movies right now is The Lion King. So he was like super into watching this show. You can see him just enjoying the views and the songs and just taking it all in. And then they have this new Dino Land, which I don't think we've ever been to before, which is why I'm saying it's new. So Drew and I did some of the little rides they have there, and he was having a good time. We did the safari ride, and then after some point in the day, again, the rain caught up to us. I'm so glad that I bought those ponchos. I was like at first feeling like I kind of unnecessarily bought them, but obviously I think they came in handy. So once the rain cleared up, we made our way down to the Pandora section. We didn't do the Flight of Aviation or whatever that ride's called because obviously Drew wouldn't be able to ride it, and I kind of wanted to do the Navi River ride since we've never done that one before, and it was kid friendly, which it was actually really cool. And again, you just feel like you're immersed in the world of Avatar. Okay, so the last 2 days of our trip, we went to Universal Studios. I'm gonna be really upfront and honest with you guys. I don't really care too much for Universal Studios. The main reason why we go is because my husband and his sisters are very big Harry Potter fans, and I actually do really appreciate the Harry Potter world they have going on there. I love getting some of the butterbeer and taking it all in, especially if you've ever seen the movies and read the books. You kind of get all the references. Also, Jurassic Park center they have there was really cool for Drew to see. That I did like too because I'm a very big fan of the original Jurassic Park movie. But yeah, I was already at this point really tired on our trip, and this is already towards the last end of it. And we just caught the nighttime light show on the Hogwarts Castle. And this pretty much sums up our trip. As you can tell, my footage kind of started to get a little less and less towards the end, but honestly, biggest tips I can have is like definitely get the stroller if you have a toddler. Drew napped in the stroller every day around his usual nap time. We never actually went back to the hotel to take a break, so we did the whole from beginning to end at the parks, and I was exhausted, but I would do it all over again. It really did help though that we had other family members there with us to give us an extra hand with him. Had it not been for that, we probably would have struggled a little bit more. And then for the plane ride, just make sure you have snacks and you have maybe like shows if you do allow screen time for your kids, because other than him napping, that's what he did on the plane rides. And yeah, that sums up our first ever family vacation. Like I said, we had a blast. We were extremely tired, but it was all well worth it to just have these everlasting memories for us. Hope you guys enjoyed this.